Hey guys, Sherry Fox here with What the Fox.
And today I'm going to show you how to remove an interior door by yourself. Most people want to grab their drill and they just want to remove the hinges. Do not do this. One, it's going to be a very daunting task if you're trying to do this by yourself to put this door back up with just the hinges. So what you want to do is go from the other side. You want to go from the side where you can see, these are called knuckles, where you can see the knuckles that kind of protrude from the door frame and the actual door. And then you just want to shut the door. Now, if you'll look on your hinge, you'll see that you have kind of like a flat pin here. And underneath, there's an actual hole where this pin fits inside these knuckles. And one of my favorite tools that I use to remove these pins is called an awl. It kind of looks like a screwdriver, but it's pointed on the end. But if you don't have an awl, you can also just use a slender screwdriver. And then you also want to get yourself a pair of pliers. I like the needle nose pliers. And then we're also going to need a hammer. And the first thing that you want to do to all three hinges is you'll just take your awl or you'll take your slender screwdriver and place it at the bottom of this hinge. And just give it a tap with your hammer until you can see the pin rise up out of the hinge. And then you'll just grab your pliers and go ahead and remove all of the pins. And just make sure and do this for each hinge. Okay, the next thing you want to do is let's go ahead and grab our handle like we're going to open the door. We can twist it, but let's not open it just yet. Let's take the door and push it towards the hinges. As you can see, these knuckles start to line themselves back up. And then you just kind of want to keep pushing towards the hinges and slowly open the door while you're still resting it on the hinges. And then what you want to do is kind of lean the top part of the door towards your hand where the handle is, just enough until you can get your hand in between the door frame and the door. So just the middle hinge and the top hinge is the only thing that is separated at this point. The bottom hinge is still resting itself. So then you'll just pick up on the door and then slide it off the bottom hinge. Now, to replace the door, we're just going to reverse the process. Go ahead and pick your door up with the handle and then your other hand here. And then go ahead and line the bottom hinges up until they're resting on themselves. Because see, I can let go because it's resting on the bottom hinge. And then you'll just take and let's line up the other hinges and slowly start to shut the door. And now we have the door. It is shut, but the pins are not in the knuckles. But the door's not going anywhere as long as we don't open it. So the next thing we're going to do is just take your pin and slip it back in the hole. And then let's go ahead and grab our handle like we're going to open the door. And then just push the door towards the hinge. And as you can see, that pin starts to fall down in the hinge. If you need to, just give it a little tap with your hammer. But continue to leave the door shut. And just repeat that for the top hinge and the bottom hinge. Now, there are many reasons as to why we remove a door. Maybe you're trying to move something through the door and it just won't fit unless you do remove the door. Or maybe you're wanting to replace your old door and get a new door, but you want to keep these hinges. With the door laying on its side, let's just go ahead and remove the hinges. Now, on your new door or your replacement door, you need to make sure that the hinges are the same size. You need to make sure if they're rounded, that they're rounded and not square. If they have 3 screws or 4. And you want to make sure and get the replacement door the same as your old door, the same size. You also want to make sure that the door butts or hinge indentions are the exact same length between one another. And then you'll just take this half of the hinge. Now you want to make sure these knuckles are facing up. You want to put it on the exact same way you took it off of your old door. And then you'll just take the new door and you'll hang it just like we did previously in this video. Now you may have to go back and loosen your screws once you get it hung to readjust just a little bit, but that's about it.
If you enjoyed the video today or found it useful, how about a thumbs up? Or if you'd like to see new videos posted weekly, don't forget to subscribe. Or maybe you've got a project that you need some help with. Hit me up with some comments. Thanks once again, guys, for tuning in to What the Fox. Until next time, take care.